everybody in Zoom. Good to see some lovely familiar faces again tonight for day 3 BooB CamP. Now, if you are watching us, you can join the Zoom link, okay, and jump into Zoom. Why I like doing Zoom is if you've got any questions at the end, you can hang around and we can talk face to face. So if you haven't watched night 1 or night 2 of BooB CamP, that's fine because you can easily go back and watch those. You'll find the replays in BooB CamP. We're coming to you live on Instagram as well as in Facebook. And it's something little change around tonight because I have the 2 most amazing, the most beautiful smiley faces you'll ever meet. So Sujana has been friends with me. I think it was love at first sight, I think, Sujana, when as soon as we laid eyes on each other, we knew that we would be best buddies for forever. So I love you. Rehab physio in Sydney. So we're going recovery rehab in Sydney, and have a look at this chick she's got with her. Like this beautiful face is Shania. So she is going to also join in our Zoom tonight from a kid's point of view. And she's going to share with us what she's picked up about the lymphatic system as well. So, you know, we're very family related here, and that's why we're not talking about the Las Vegas in America, because that could get a little bit, you know, a little bit above the R-rated. We're talking about the other Vegas, probably the more important Vegas. We're talking about the vagus nerve in your body. So hands up or give me some love on Facebook and on Insta if you have heard about the vagus nerve. Yes? Thumbs up, some hands up. Yes, let me know in Facebook, guys, if you can hear me as well. That would be great. So we've heard about this vagus nerve, and you don't really hear about it too much in mainstream medical system. And that's what I love about Sujana. So, oh, looks like you've done talking, so we'll lower your hand in 2 seconds. Okay, that's okay. This computer system thinks that it's smarter than us. So Sujana, like, I love how you are trained as a physio. You have done you know, a lot of the standard medical training, but that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for you. You have, like, does everybody agree she looks 25? Right? Yes. But she's really 78. Leonie, she's 1 year older than you. No, she isn't. No, she isn't. She's, I think you're 38, Susanna, 10 years younger than me.
Yes.
Yes, and this girl has studied so many modalities. She is just so amazing. We just spent a week in Bali together. She facilitated the most beautiful yoga sessions, the singing bowl sessions, all of the information that she shared. She went around and did tuning forks on our bodies. She did the vagus nerve. She does craniosacral release, everything that you need to know. And I promise you, it's worth the flight to Sydney to go and see her, right? So before you know, knowing too much about these things. And like, I met Sujana and I've coached Sujana through her business, and her business is now like amazing. And she has taught me a lot, and I'm so privileged to have you on this call, my love, and teaching our community all about the vagus nerve. So tonight we're going to talk about cortisol levels. We're going to talk about digestion, hormones, sleep, melatonin, vitamins like thyroid. Does anyone care about those things? Words have been coming up a lot, don't they? Once you hit 40, those words pop up quite a bit. Okay, so Sujana, kick us off, my love. We've got an hour to get through, and let's talk all about a little bit of an introduction to the vagus nerve. Okay, and then how it relates to the lymphatic system. I will let you know the questions that are coming through as well. First of all, whereabouts in Sydney are you? You're near Penrith, I think. Is that right?
No, my clinic is in Westmead, Parramatta.
Westmead. Yes, Westmead. Yes, yes, yes. We've got lots of yeses coming on. All right, so the floor is yours, my love. Lymphatics and the vagus nerve. Give us an intro.
So thank you so much, ladies, for your presence. This really makes it very special for me to share the knowledge that I have gathered in my 17 years of journey, because I just thought the mainstream physio I was doing was just not enough to get deeper into the body. I my background with physiotherapy is musculoskeletal. And I started doing a little bit of neuro work 15 years ago. And I found that when I was working more on the neural system and the spine, it was having a profound effect, a dramatic change in the musculoskeletal system. So the musculoskeletal system could be just not the muscles. It would be relaxing your veins, arteries, lymphatic system, and the visceral, the organs as well. So my experience then dived into cranial sacral therapy, dermoneuromodulation, and a bit more on segmental neurological treatments. Now, these coincidentally for me, practically, although it was all in the theory, was giving me a pathway to enter a bit more deeper into the system of the body, where it was just not about the muscle spasm or pain, which is where we get caught up with a lot of times. So chronic inflammation, pain are just the tip of the iceberg that we are listening to when people are talking. Deep down inside, there's a big channel that we really need to, or channel or network of the systems that we need to look into. The best one is obviously the lymphatic system. The cleaner your toilets are, the better the house looks. Okay, and so lymphatic system always comes in number one. So the more you clean out the gunk, the good things you can fill in the body. So the next one would be our circulatory system, which works parallelly to lymphatic system. And then you have your digestive system. Now, digestive system is also very, very important in terms of not just the way it nourishes us and nourishes every single cell in the body, but also on how it functions at its optimum so that we age backwards. It has got a lot to do with the protein balance that our muscles can retain, and also what they can actually let out in the system, which we don't need in the body. Now, when this imbalance is happening, you have a lot of hormonal issues. The skin talks a lot about our internal health. Our kidneys take a toll, which is where I'm going to lead my next information to, which is about cortisol in the body. Now, stress, generally, when we talk about, has a very deep down effect on every single cell of the body. Now, stress, we know that, when it is at a peak or it crosses the threshold level, the adrenal glands are secreting a lot of cortisol hormone. Now, this cortisol hormone is not our best friend. So keep it at its bay. I've been talking about a lot of best friends to my patients these days. So what they kind of unknowingly or subconsciously hold on to a lot of emotions, and this raises the cortisol levels up. Now, what the cortisol does is actually there's a little factor in our body called TNA factor. Now, not going too much into this detail, it's called tumor necrosis factor, TNF alpha. Now, this little thing, if produced in excess, can actually eat up the protein in the body. when you are eating up, or when you're allowing the protein to be eaten up so much with the stress levels going up, it's going to not allow the fat regulation really well. When the fat regulation doesn't happen really well, the hormonal imbalances happen. When the hormone imbalances happen, it affects the glands. Then comes the lymphatic system. That gets really congested and the flow gets affected. After this, the immune system is bothered. When the immune system is not going great, it will affect the digestive system. When the digestive system is not going great, it's going to affect the way you are going to flow, which means your toileting, constipation, the pelvic floor health in general. For women's health, it will be affecting all uterus, your ovaries, the fibroids, all those very common disorders that we can see even in the teenagers these days. And then they are put up on the contraceptive medications right at the age of 13 and 14, which is a very big disaster that's coming up for the future generation. So this is how the connection, the link is formed. And going in the, like just pondering here how you can actually take control of all that we have just mentioned in the sequence and just putting it all in a reverse order is where our vagus nerve is going to help.
Okay.
So, vagus nerve is one of the 12 pair of cranial nerves that you've got in your skull. And this is the 10th one that is the only one that exits the cranium and travels down parallelly to the spinal cord, goes down all the way down up to your diaphragm level, which is close to T11, T12 area. It does not stop with the extension there. Then it just spreads out and goes and supplies all the beautiful organs that we have in our torso, in our abdomen. Now, we do have a brain-body connection here, but at the same time, we have just not one system that's connecting to the brain and the body, not just with the vagus nerve. We do have the spinal cord that connects. So we have the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, and the enteric nervous system, which is where the organs can interact if the other two systems shut down. So it's quite cleverly designed. And vagus nerve is actually kind of a link between the peripheral nervous system and also the enteric nervous system. So it connects the organs, signals to the brain, and then back from the brain, it takes control over the glands and everything and comes down to help in a cycle. Now, our aim would be to manage the vagus nerve at its optimum function so that no matter how stress hits us during the day, we can still manage frequently by doing like really subtle, simple exercises that can, boost our vagus nerve health. And then all that I just mentioned about the cortisol effects, damaging the rest of the system in the body to just bring a calming effect on them. And that just totally improves your inner health. Your protein level will be really good. Your bowel bladder function will be amazing. The chronic bowel syndrome, the irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, which is found very, very commonly in the teenagers these days, that can be beautifully managed just with gentle, non-surgical therapy, which is just by doing this vagus nerve exercises. It's a bit of a mix. Now, how do we understand a bit more on this, vagus nerve? There's an afferent pathway, which is going up to the brain, and there's an efferent pathway, which is coming down from the brain to the rest of the body. Now, the afferent pathway is through our pituitary gland, adrenal gland, which is, doing the cortisol function, and the hypothalamus, which is a part of the brain. Now, this, so this whole pathway needs to be respected so well that it can look after the whole body beautifully. The other way where we can work on chronic inflammation is again by vagus nerve. It has anticholinergic effect, which releases something called cholines. And these are actually going to really cool down the body in such a way the skin develops a lot of collagen then. And then you will have the protein. Collagen is one of the proteins that we have in the skin, and the aging is reversed that way. So this is how it works. This is the physiology behind all the great mechanism that vagus nerve can offer us.
Okay, Ishanya, can you just repeat what Mum said, please?
Just imagine what she gets from me every day.
Yes, I know. Cohen, my son is the same, right? These kids are learning so much. So to just summarize that, Sushanya. So when you say protein, okay, are you referring to the protein that we need to eat in our diet? Or are you like talking about, like you said, the building blocks of our the collagens and the amino acids and things like that? So when you say the proteins are getting stripped, is it because we're not eating enough proteins in our diet, or is it the proteins that are holding us together?
So we do get protein from the diet, for sure, animal protein or plant-based protein. Once it's gone into the cellular level, it can be withdrawn very easily because of the TNA alpha factor that comes out from the cortisol hormone. So no matter after that, because it has taken a toll on the digestive system, if the stress levels are really up, it has gone into that cycle that it would not let any more absorption of the protein from the dietary intake, and whatever is there in the reserve, that's gonna get really stripped off as well. So this is where the hair, skin, nails, everything gets damaged, and we look 10 years, 20 years ahead of our actual age.
Yeah. So when it comes to eating protein, a lot of people don't realize how much protein they need to have in their diet, really, because people are having like toast with a spread or something for brekkie or cereal. So we're all sugar. And then lunch is a salad sandwich, which and with a slice of ham or like there's hardly any protein in that. And then for dinner, they say, "Oh, yep, I'm having some chicken or I'm having some steak and veggies," and they're only getting maybe 20 grams of protein a day in there. And when you need to have pretty much as much as you weigh in grams of protein. So, ladies, if you weigh 80 kilos, you need to have at least 80 grams of protein in your diet, and that's not an 80-gram steak. That's like an 80-gram, a 200-gram steak might have 20 grams of protein in it. So yeah, it's important, really important that we get our protein levels up, but now we have to protect it once we get it in.
Yep, that's right. So here, when our lymphatic system is affected and our immune system is affected, our digestive system is affected, this protein metabolism is not going to go great. So instead of, also the bones are going to lose a lot of calcium here, because the protein calcium biochemistry is not going to be amazing either. And then of course the nerve health, the vitamin B complexes the nerve itself needs a lot of protein to perform at its optimum function. And that is going to get affected. So your pain threshold is going to go lower and lower, and you will be like Panadol or any of the medications not going to have an effect, especially on chronic pain, chronic inflammatory conditions. And we blame the medical system again for people who are into allopathy about how the opioids and all these heavy drugs are not having any more impact on their pain levels. Because there is another story running in the background, which no one talks about.
Yes.
So this is so the best way to start off with is the lymphatic system. Cleaning the lymphatic system is going to be like at a daily level, will really help the macrophages, which are secreting the TNA factor, to reduce that. It will keep the glands clean, and it will also help you, have a very good metabolism in the body. So that way your protein will be evenly distributed everywhere, and the cells will not be dehydrated, and they will have, so cellular dehydration again is not just about how much water intake you have. Cellular dehydration can also happen because there's not enough protein in the body.
Yes.
And so salts and like calcium, potassium, magnesium, these are very important for the exchange in between the cellular membrane. But at the same time, we need the protein as well for helping the mitochondria in the cells, and we can keep hydrated. So the skin is like a large part of telling how our internal health is. Whenever you get time, please do check the heels of your legs or your feet. That can also actually tell how your kidneys are functioning. Even if you are having like enough water as per your body weight. So 30 kilogram of body weight, 1 liter of water.
Okay.
So if you are, so multiply, do your maths there, and getting your right amount of water in is very, very crucial. Now, when after you've looked after your lymphatic system, you do your sequence quite regularly. You also need to boost your body with good diet intake. If you can't calculate what's 80 gram of protein for 80 kilogram of body weight, you can take the palm of your hand. That's the square piece of protein intake you need to have per meal. So it can be plant-based, tempeh, tofu, or it can be animal protein as well. And you can get that. Lots of green veggies are going to be really, really beautiful for letting this protein get absorbed into your system, and also to flush out the gunk from the body. So a good balance of animal and protein in the diet would be an amazing combination to get through that. The other thing I want to talk about is the pineal gland. So as soon as your cortisol levels are really high, it is also going to affect, one of the hormones that I did mention, how it affects the hormone system, melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that's secreted from the pineal gland, and this hormone will be going down in its quantity. And when this amount goes down, of course, the sleep gets disturbed. And when the healing phase that happens during our sleep time, that time period comes down as well. So you wake up fatigued, then brain fog happens. And then again, it puts you into the routine of having poor lymphatic system, poor flow, poor immune system, poor digestion, all of that. So everything is linked to each other. So, just keeping in mind that rest, digest, and heal is the basic gift that has been given to us to recover every day in the sleep time. And then following through all of this body mechanisms for helping our vagus nerve, our lymphatic system, to really keep the body in flow, can help the physical state of the body, the organs, and the muscles, the strength, everything in right shape.
So when it comes to fats, Sujana, we know that the lymphatic system is responsible for moving fats and moving hormones around the body and to where they need to get. So it takes from digestion, from your tummy, then to everywhere that it needs to go. If our lymphatic system slows down, then your body isn't going to be able to process hormones and move those hormones. So like cortisol hormone, will be stuck in an area for longer than it needs to be. And most of the time, it all sits on your belly, right? Women, we start from 40, we get that cortisol tummy. The bit of fat sitting around the tummy. It chooses the most obvious spots where we don't want it to go. Hey, and I know that comes down slowly. with the changes that we're going to see once we start working on this, once we start calming down and working on our vagus nerve, the changes that we are going to see is a slow sort of change, isn't it?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. It works at a very deeper root cause level. And so you are actually going to reverse the way you will see a problem in your daily life. You will be responding rather than you will be reacting to situations, because your vagus nerve will tell the brain that, hey, things are under control and we can just process things very like in a nice way. You don't have to like stress about it, and you are getting into more of a problem solving mode. So brain fog clears, that's why, so you can think clearly.
Yeah. Okay. So you spoke about how we have to start at the end. So make it it would be making sure that our bowels are working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making sure that we're pooing, that, you know, if we eat twice a day, we poo twice a day. Like, we have to make sure we're eating 3 times, we're pooing 3 times. So we've got to make sure that we're having a really good clearance.
Yeah.
And that it's not, because a lot of people have, you know, poo still stuck to the walls of their colon and like all the different places for years.
Yeah.
That can all be stuck.
And that's where a lot of the fluid goes into the digestive system to keep this hard stools, to eliminate them. That's where all the fluid gets used up, and that's why the belly feels bloated. The lymphatic system around the belly is quite congested, and women are carrying bigger hips than they should be.
Yeah, because they've got lots of feces stuck.
Yeah.
That they're not, that, you know, don't even realize that it's been stuck there for a long time.
Yeah. And then the communication between the food that you're actually consuming, like good food, for example. I'm starting to eat healthy, but I can't, lose weight, or people saying that because you've not cleaned your system there.
Yes.
So the stuff is still stuck on the walls, and that is preventing the communication between the good nutrition to the rest of the body, because you are still absorbing toxins from the walls.
Yes.
And then obviously the rent-free parasites, I say, they take over, causing more cravings, and your healthy food habits does not sustain for longer, because your parasites need to get out.
Yes.
Ones that don't help. So we need a good balance of all the goodies and the baddies in the gut area, rather than just the baddies dominating that space.
Yeah. So when we've got baddies in our gut, so that they rub together and they send the bad signal up the vagus nerve that says, oh, don't worry about exercising today. Go to the fridge, eat chocolate. Oh, you'll see something on the news, you're like, oh, that's a reason to be upset, and that's a reason to stress, and that's a reason to stay in bed. And it will just look for all of those negative Nancy habits, right? Yeah. And that's if the baddies, and those baddies can be there for years and years. So that's why we have the Good Gut Protocol, and we do a good clean out with the VitaCleanse, the Ultimate Fiber, and the C Minerals. We have to clean the gut out, because then we can get the goodies back in. And when the goodies rub together, the signal that they're sending up the vagus nerve is, you can do this. And you get a smile on your face, and you make more friends, and the sun seems to shine more, and you seem to shine more, and things just get easier. Like, it doesn't make the world the most wonderful place, but you look at it through eyes that aren't parasitic, controlled.
That's right. That's right. I actually came across a meme recently, and it was like a little board that they had kept in a dessert shop. Is it called desserts? The sweet shop.
Yes.
It says, the opposite of stressed is desserts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how they are making it a selling point for them. But remember, ladies, the opposite of stress can be done with vagus nerve. You don't have to have desserts for it to please your stress. That's something. And this is another relation here, just to mention the health of your joints. conditions like arthritis, spondylitis, any itis, inflammation that happens in the joints, and also osteoporosis, not osteoarthritis. The common ones that most of the females are encountering after menopause or even pre-menopause is just because of their hormone health not being balanced. So see a naturopath and get things done. Do your lymphatics to get your hormonal balance right. That way, it does not affect the calcium absorption, the protein intake, to help with your spine. And this is reversible. People can do this at any age. All the autoimmune conditions are reversible.
Yes.
Only if you create a favorable environment for it to heal.
Does everybody get that? Can we please just all get that your body can heal? Okay. If it's put in the right environment, your body can heal.
This is a faith that I guess is lost in the recent last 100 years or so, due to a lot of other businesses making their way. But the body is naturally designed to heal. So if we are creating that favorable environment, there is no way body will be struggling with disease and illness and inflammation whatsoever. So joints, the lymphatic system, the fascia system, all of this requires a lot of water, a lot of protein, a lot of movement to be looked after. If at any time you are quite stressed with work or with your daily routines, or you're caring for your loved ones and haven't found time for yourself, I'm going to show you a few exercises that does not take too much time. It does not need any accessories. All it needs is your nose. It needs your mouth, your throat, and a bit of happy movements in your body. So very subtle and gentle. All right, all ladies, are you ready for this?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, we're going to start with some simple exercises. Sorry, Chelsey, I lost you.
No, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what we might do is, we spoke about how the goodies up to the brain and the baddies up to your brain. We've got to let everybody know about our glymphatic system.
Mm-hmm.
And then you spoke a little bit about how what is happening inside your gut shows up on the outside of your skin. So if your belly is inflamed, if there's lots of parasites in there, if there's autoimmune, if it's inflamed, it's going to show up on your skin as pimples. It's going to, might have boils. So you might have different things like show up on your face, because the body's letting you know, hey, it's not happy, right? So from Asanya, from your point of view, sweetheart, what do you do? How old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11. Okay. So tell me about what you've learnt about the lymphatic system, and about what you do to identify if there's anything going wrong with your skin, and what would you like other 11, 12, 13, I've seen pictures of you that make you look like 18 year olds, and your singing is beautiful. What would be some advice, darling, that you would give to about the draining your body?
If your mom does physio, listen to her.
Yes.
Otherwise, she's gonna make you do it. So just listen to her. Every morning when I have a cold or a blocked nose, I keep sneezing, and my mom's like, do lymphatics, do lymphatics, do lymphatics for your face. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And it works like magic. If you do it a couple of times, then I wonder where it goes, all the business up there.
You can say snot. It's okay.
Snot up there. And what I really like to do is I like to use products for my face. I call it skincare. And I'm sure that many other teenagers are familiar with it. So what I usually do is I use serums, toners, cleansers, all of that stuff. But one day my mom bought me a gouache set of Timu, and she's like, use this while you're doing your skincare. And I'm like, okay. So I have a couple of tools that I'd like to show you. So
Okay.
like use a jada roller. That's how it looks like.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
do it under your eyes to like reduce puffiness.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can use a gouache.
Yes.
So you use it to like push from your cheek to your cheekbone, temple,
Yes.
and you push down from there to like clear it.
Yes.
It doesn't look like much, but it actually helps you push all the pimples and acne to like reduce popping up.
Yes.
And
What you're doing is you're unblocking all of the, so we've got that toilet system of our body, of the lymphatic system, and then you've got the glymphatic system of your brain. So what you're doing is just releasing all that toxic fluid that all gets congested in your head in the right sequence, right? You're starting at your neck and you're stroking down, and then you're going from your chin to your ear, and then from your nose to your ear, and then across, and you're following that correct sequence that drains the body, that gets all of that toxic mess out, and you're just helping your body get that. And because if you have got like a little bit of sinus, of allergies or something has flared up, it's just good for you to be able to help push that fluid through. And look how much of a difference that it makes, that you see. Yeah, good work, sweetheart. So thank you for sharing. So Leonie has asked, doing that routine. Wow, let me just get this up in the chat box. Okay, doing that routine does help with hay fever. Absolutely, yes. And I've only heard this fact this year, the body can heal autoimmune issues. Yes, definitely too. All right, so thank you, sweetheart, for sharing. And the life of being a therapist's daughter, or in my case, son. So I know that Cohen feels the same about having like, oh, mum, you were right, and I'm coming around. So thanks for sharing, sweetheart. So now, Sujana, you're going to run through with us all the actions, okay? Yeah. And everyone, this will be available for replay in BooB CamP as well. If you forget, you can go in and watch the video. So we're doing the actions now to keep our vagus nerve our friend.
Absolutely. So just to start off with, we are going to work with the 5 senses of the body, which is a part of a lot of meditation these days and grounding yourself. So the first one is like, what you can see. So anything in the room, if you are alert, you're present there, just check yourself quite frequently. When the stress hits you, you just say, what can I see ahead of me? What can I smell? What can I taste? What can I feel? And what did I miss? The 5th one.
Become present.
Yes, you become present with all your senses. What I can hear, that was the 5th one. Okay, so sight, smell, taste, hearing, and the touch, right? So that's like a very quick thing to remind your vagus nerve and to just tell the brain, yep, things are under control and we are processing, we are navigating through it. The next one is visualization. So visualization is best done early in the morning, just after you wake up, and stay in the bed if you're not busting to the toilet. And even if you do, just go to the toilet, come back, lie down, keep your eyes open or closed, but visualize what is your favorite spot. Get yourself there. It would just take you 2 minutes to get yourself to a nice forest, the bush that you want to walk to, the riverside walk, the sea shore, anything, any favorite holiday place, anything that you can. And in that visualization process, use your 5 senses. What you can smell there, what memory you have got when you have visited that previous place, in terms of what you could see, what you could smell, sight and hearing and touch and the leaves, all of that. The temperature of the water, feel that, experience with your visualization.
Yes.
The other one, not a lot of us are Katy Perry. I know a few pop singers, so Katy Perry is my favorite one.
Yes.
And I have a Katy Perry, an Indian version of Katy Perry here.
Yes.
So singing is something that we all should do. If we can talk, we should be able to sing. No one is judging us. So you can be bathroom singers or you can just be bedroom singers. It doesn't matter. When you sing, you are actually moving your vocal cords. You're exercising it in such a beautiful way that you are engaging the vagus nerve that is just behind your vocal cords. You're massaging the vagus nerve. So how good is that? Just by singing few lines of your favorite
little vibration, isn't it? It's that little vibration.
Yes.
Yeah. And is that why we do that? Is that why we do the the oh, the
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that is coming under the category of humming, which is my next one. So you can see how well Chelsey is trained with vagus nerve now. She knows the sequence. So yes, so after you've sung, you can also practice humming, and humming needs to be done in a way, I guess we can all do in our own chairs right now with me. You take a nice relaxed posture, keeping your shoulders down, keeping the shoulder blades nice and relaxed together, keeping an upright posture, chin tucked in. Always when you do this, chin tucked in, so your skull is in alignment with your spine. And when you do, when you hum, before you do that, you take a nice deep breath in through your nose. When you are breathing out, you say hum. As long as you can empty the lungs out. All right. This way, you can also use the timer to see what is your lung capacity. If you have any sort of interference or disturbance, you disconnect the timer. That is what your lung capacity, and slowly build up towards it. The more longer you can do, the better your vagus nerve is going to feel.
Yes.
After that, we move into my favorite one is the box breathing. Okay, so box breathing is very simple. You do a 4-second inhale, a 4-second hold, and a 4-second exhale. A lot of people are talking about box breathing. Yes. And I guess the importance is just about how you can profoundly enhance your vagus nerve and a lot of other things just under your nose. The power lies under your nose. Yes. So we're going to just do like one routine or one set of box breathing. So that will have 5 repetitions. Okay. So you go breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4. Last one, in 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4. Well done, guys. I hope you are not feeling or seeing some tweeties around and birds around.
Jana, was it in through our nose and out through our nose?
Yeah, it doesn't matter when you are struggling in the beginning. If you have some blockages, it doesn't matter if you're doing just the nasal or the out through the mouth. But I would prefer people to just use the nasal input and output. The reason being, when you're breathing through the trachea at the back, you are actually very close to the vagus nerve. when you are doing mouth breathing, which is also practiced in some, practices, it is to expel the excess carbon dioxide from the body. Right now, when you're feeling the body fatigue and brain fog and all, you need more oxygen in. That is the reason, engage yourself just with nasal breathing. Even if there is nasal congestion, you do what you can with the nasal breathing. Even if the capacity is like very small, it's okay.
And I think I just did the next one on your list.
I guess, when you do box breathing, it's all sequenced in a way that you are going to yawn. Okay? Because you have just reminded the brain that I was filling in oxygen, and Sujanya started talking again. So, that's why it reminds you, push in more oxygen. And that is one really beautiful way. So never judge yourself of being rude or anyone being rude to you when you are talking and they are yawning. It's actually their brain is trying to process a lot of things that you are saying, and it's lacking oxygen, so it is yawning to build that capacity for it. So yawning, especially if, say, people for insomnia, right? I can't sleep in the night. I'm watching too much. I'm scrolling on Instagram all night, but I can't sleep. Put your phone aside. I would like you to look at yourself in the mirror and do some 5 to 7 fake yawning, literally opening your jaw and looking at yourself to train yourself how to yawn. When you get into the practice of yawning 4-5 times, I'm pretty sure there would be a real one following that. So this way you will get your brain to relax and the oxygen to flow in, to put you down to sleep like a baby.
That's a great one. So watch yourself yawn, like make yourself yawn.
Yeah. And if you have...
Stop yawning. Is anybody else yawning now?
I guess I think this would be the first time I have seen people yawning on Zoom and feeling happy about it.
Getting taught to yawn.
That's right. So yawning, if you are living with people and there's family members who are all insomniac and working late hours, I guess it can be a great group family therapy to yawn together and putting ourselves. I can see Leonie.
Leonie's yawning as well.
Well done, you. I love my good students here. Right. So we all are learning, and I think our body teaches us a lot about ourselves, listening to that gut voice, respecting the time we are tired. I guess we need to listen and respect, and we learn a lot from our own body.
Yeah, ladies, Libby and Mary both say, they're all yawning as well too. It's so contagious.
It is. And the other thing I want to mention, or the next one on the list, is our beautiful diaphragmatic breathing. Now, I'm going to just stand up. We can all do this in sitting. I just want to make sure the lens covers me, the camera. So this is the end of my sternum, okay, the sternal notch. That's where I'm going to have my thumb. And my belly button, I'm going to have my little finger. The rest of the fingers stay nice and relaxed here. When I breathe in, you can see my abdominal raise up and my fingers spreading apart.
Yes.
When you breathe out, the fingers come closer.
Yes.
So this is a very effective way. It's the touch. It's a tactile sensation that is going on the abdomen, the sensory that is going to tell the brain anyway that you are safe and you're feeling that beautiful flow with the breath, along with the diaphragm getting a prompt as well to go for full excursion. Please note, during the day when you are busy, just take 1 minute out of every hour to watch what your shoulders are doing and what your abdomen is doing when you breathe. This is where we encourage diaphragmatic breathing to really take control over our stress life.
So, Sujana, when I get people on the table, a lot of the times when I'm doing my lymphatic love routine, and I'm opening up at the chest first, and then I get to my tummy and I'm doing my deep breathing, I feel like I can hear my tummy start to gurgle, and I can hear my clients' tummies all start that movement happen within minutes, within not even a minute. You can their tummy, everything starts to move.
Yep.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And that's where, you know how in the lymphatic system, we have the heart of the lymphatic system, the thymus. So everything that comes to thymus and all the blood that comes into the heart as well needs that beautiful elastic lung movement to keep the heart, give the heart a massage or thymus a massage. And that's what you will be parallelly doing. When you do the breath work, you look after the heart, and the heart will pump a lot of blood, and it will look after your respiratory system and the rest of the body. So helping each other, sharing is caring.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So we're doing our breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're doing our yawning.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing our belly breathing. We're humming, singing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All of those things.
And
What if
visualization.
and the visualizing? Yeah, because like thoughts, feelings, actions, results, right? Is how that it works. Thoughts add in the feelings to get the actions, and that's how we get a different result. If we keep on doing the same thing over again, we know that we're going to get the same result. So just adding these things in, that's going to bring calm, because that's overall what we're doing. We're bringing the I am safe.
That's right.
To our body.
Yep. Yeah. So when you say I am safe, there's another thing that you could do is self-touch.
Yes.
So a lot of people live alone. They don't get that physical touch. When therapists see them, I guess a lot of their senses and sensuality comes up. Male or female, doesn't matter who the therapist is, male or female on the other end as well. It is about doing that self-touch care every day in order for your vagus nerve to not make you feel depressed. It will actually increase the self-love, the connection between yourself to your own body. Amazing. And
yes.
That is also important. So self-touch is not just like quick shower like a crow and just run away. It's about feeling the body. Doing your sequence is a beautiful form of the self-touch in the lymphatic. That's what I really like about the preventative style of lymphatics, where you get to incorporate everything in the sequence of lymphatic system.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you got next on your list, darling?
I've got a couple of things I think that we will be covering in the sequence when we do with the lymphatics. It's the joint movements. Yes. And the joint compression. So doing namaste is a very good thing for your upper body. Mm-hmm. So pushing all the fingers, lining up with each other, keeping it right in front of the chest, taking nice deep breaths while you do this, and just pushing these two hands together will really help the joint health throughout your upper body, at your elbows, wrists, forearms, shoulders, neck, ribs, all the way. This is a really great way of doing things. You can also do it up against the wall. The push-ups really work that way. But for people who want it to be nice and gentle, namaste.
Namaste. With that smile.
That's right. So that would be my few tricks and tips about the vagus nerve.
Beautiful. So we honestly, everybody, you need to start by cleaning out the gut. Yeah, making sure that your body can expel. Okay. And then it's about helping that vagus nerve, helping that parasympathetic nervous response kick in more than the stressed response. So how we do that is definitely, like you said, with the touch in your body, with acknowledging your body, with the brushing of the body. And then the other way that we do it is with our compression range, which is holding the body nice and tight. We've got the shorts, we've got the legs, we've got the arms, and it gives you that tight womb feeling. It's how they're using weighted clothes and weighted blankets for kids now, with anxiety and things like that. That whole feeling, that weighted, that I am safe feeling. So that's what I love about our compression range. And you use the compression as well, don't you, Sujana?
Yes, I've got all the full set, and sometimes, you know, it's if the mum brings their kid, I get both of them on each bed, and I'm saying,
Yes.
you know what, create that space for each other and feel safe.
Yeah, and use that compression.
Yeah.
So we'll run through the routine now to do the sequence. So for those of you who, if this is new for you, we're going to use the roller ball side, because last night I ran through how to use the spiky side, but tonight we're going to use the roller ball side of your glove, because you can take this anywhere with you. Take it on the plane, take it to the park, take it to work. This can be, it doesn't take up too much space, and it's really easy and simple to do. So for those of you who are new, how we're going to start with is just activating the lymph nodes around our chest first. So we're going to activate those lymph nodes around our chest first, and we're always pushing towards our heart. So we're brushing down, and it's just easier to have two gloves. And see, I'm pulling from underneath my arm and pulling across. Now, if you have a sore shoulder and you can't maneuver it as much as this, that's okay as well. Just do whatever you can. Feel the lumps and bumps. And like, as you would know, Shijana, when we start with a new patient, we can feel lumps and bumps throughout their system, but then after the session, most of them have gone, haven't they?
Magic.
You'd think it was. And that's the look on their face. They're like, wow, what's happening here? So we're brushing across all through our chest first. Now, after exercise, to move to the lactic acid, really important to do, but also before your exercise, because it opens up all of the channels, and then you're not going to have that build up, not that soreness not collect in your body. So all around the chest area first. Then we can move to the arms, and then we're going to brush up over your shoulder, always going up. And then from your arms, like to your armpits, then your elbow, working around those joints, because as we know, all of the lymph nodes sit at the joints. And I'm covered in goosebumps. I've got lots of flow happening. And then what I do is we do nice long strokes all the way up, and then to the other side as well. So, Shijana, why will can people feel a little bit yucky? How can people feel after doing this for 2 or 3 days?
The lymphatic system makes you feel a bit squirmy around the belly. Sometimes it can be nausea. It can be feeling too much of headaches as well. Some people do fall sick with nothing out of the blue, but just like a viral thing, because it is affecting the immune, or resetting, I would say. It's resetting the immune system. It is also taking some toxins away, which is sitting at spots. So that's why the headaches come in. So the gut always, responds beautifully. So that's why the squirmy effect in the gut. So overall, it's for good. So just do it.
Just do it. So we're doing it around the tummy, clockwise. And then we're going from back to front, back to front, back to front. And then up around the hips, always brushing up, around the tops of the legs, brushing up. Then you can put your foot up on a chair or the bath or the toilet seat. So it really helps loosen up all the fascia, doesn't it, Sujana?
Yes, that's right. Fascia loves movement and water. So drink water and move with your gloves.
Okay. And then the lower leg. And then the other side. It's really, have you found, like, it's pretty simple, isn't it? From a physio point of view, it's one of the easiest things that you can do. isn't it?
Absolutely. I would prefer people to do more of the brushing rather than stretching their body. Because stretching has very minimal evidence is what I think. That's my opinion.
Yes.
And in your lymphatic system therapy, you're going to work on your neural system, your nervous system. And if you can keep lymphatics and the nervous system happy, your muscle system is going to feel automatically happy. So you really don't need to stretch that way.
Wow. There's a big claim. Because let me know, everybody listening, do you not, you come home from a physio with 8 different stretches to do, and who honestly does them all?
And if you come to my practice, my patients will be like, so what exercise should I be doing? What exercise should I be doing? I would tell them, you know what, less is more. Look after your nervous system and you will be okay.
There you go. There you go. So doing the lymphatic sequence, getting that parasympathetic nervous system, you know, kicked in, lowering the stress. We can get so used to stress, can't we?
Yes, but stress is not our best friend.
No, stress is not our best friend. So let's just ask if there's any questions. Would compression be okay for my daughter who has POTS? Sujana?
Yes. So I would say this is if the sensitivity on the body can take compression, I guess it is okay for anybody.
Yes.
Now, because it is to do with the heart, there is all that you need to go for is very low pressure of compression. It is not going to risk. There is the heartbeat is really fast in this condition by default. So gently bringing in breath work along with compression, because the compression goes for a second, like 2 to 3 seconds, and there are different modes on CJ compression.
Mine goes right down to 30 mmHg, so you don't get very many that are that gentle. So.
Yes. So that is really good. I love the variation that CJ motor offers. The other ones I have had is like really tight. So this one can really bring it down. At the same time, you mix it, couple it with the nice deep breaths that can go with every cycle of compression and then breathing, compression and breathing. And that will really set a good rhythm for anyone with that condition.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I agree. Okay. Trace said, wow, all right. Yes, I thought we were supposed to stretch more. This is great. Thank you. She said, my daughter is very unwell and I'm looking for anything that can help. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to do that calm. So lots of this vagus nerve healing, and yes, lymphatics, and definitely the compression.
And I just want to add for Aisha here, the breathing techniques, whatever you do, just I don't know how old your daughter is. If she can, you can train her to bring the breath work down to close to 6 breaths per minute. That will really help her to regulate her heart condition. So please ensure that you either get it done with a proper instructor, breathwork instructor. There are many child breathwork instructor who can help. Of course, plantar fasciitis, yes, sorry. So yeah, engage your daughter with a nice child breathwork instructor and they will get you in the rhythm.
Yeah, so plantar fasciitis, we were talking about that when we were in Bali last week, Sujana, and you're telling me that a lot of it comes from the shoulders, right? And a lot of it comes from the upper body, from the neck and shoulders.
Yeah. So if your neck and jaw, the fascia around the neck and jaw is tight, or the fascia around your abdomen, because if you're sitting for too long, all these fascia here gets really tight. It should not be dense and it should be evenly distributed. So that's why movement is medicine, and water. Please ensure 30 kilogram, 1 liter of water. And so plantar fasciitis can really get help with a lot of fascia work throughout the body, not just around the heel area only, heel or the sole area.
Yeah, so use your gloves at least twice a day.
Use the gloves under the feet and over the body as well. And with the fascia work, so lymphatic pressure will be around grade 1 and 2. So it is just very superficial. If you're trying to do the fascia work, it has to be, you can use the same gloves, but you'll have to press in a little bit harder to get to the fascia level.
Yes, so use the ball side.
The ball side, yeah.
Yeah, and then so use that over top of your magnesium spray. So
That's
spray with magnesium and then use the ball side of your gloves. Yes. So the girls have said, thank you so much. Wow. Aisha, is there a Facebook group I can join? Yes. So BooB CamP on Facebook is our group, and Susanna's in that group answering questions as well in there. Shakti mat. The Shakti mats, you know, the spiky mats. Yes. Yeah, so that's really good as well for stimulating all of those nerves. Yes.
It's, I think, a jumbo version of your brush.
Yes. Yes, I sit on my gloves as well if it's long distance on the magnetic ball side.
Yeah.
Okay, so wow, you are a wealth of information as always. You know, I'm so happy. I've had Claire ring me and say, Chelsey, I had the best appointment with Susanna. She's brilliant. So ladies, before she gets too booked out, please go and visit Susanna down in Sydney at Westmead. We will put a link to her. Mads, have you got Susanna's business information that you can share the link? Of course he will, because he is amazing, to share your information as well. Okay. I've been struggling with symptoms of fibromyalgia for years. I'm so pleased my naturopath has recommended this. It's been really interesting and I can't wait for my gloves to arrive. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, Claire, you were back there tonight as well.
Yes.
She's becoming a junkie. She's becoming a Susanna junkie.
Jana junkie.
Yeah, a Jana junkie. Oh, I love that. Claire's doing so well too, so I'm really proud of how well she's going too.
I've had treatments with Claire as well, and I was telling her, like, I don't know what you did. I could not drive out of your clinic. I had to stop at another shopping center, feed something, and then take myself back on the road.
Wow.
I guess her hands are so beautiful. She stripped my whole intestine pretty much.
Yes. So MacArthur Lymphatics. So if everyone wants to go and see Claire at MacArthur Lymphatics as well, she will look after you too. Yes, Susanna is the best. All right. So thank you very much, girls. And Ashana, it's like I can't wait to see a little video of you with your gloves, and I'll pop that up on the on Instagram as well, because ladies, this is you're learning so you can teach others. We're teaching you so you can then take this to your friends, your family, your children, your grandchildren. And then that's how we make a difference, right? We need these youngies to know how to look after their body just through intuition. Get them to recognize earlier, what is their body saying? What are they telling them? And because we lose that. We're losing that innate that channel to listen to our body, and we're putting our faith in the medical system, which might not have our best interests at heart. Okay, they might be after the dollars more than your health. Yeah. Okay. So the takeaways from tonight, right? What I have learnt is our vagus nerve really affects everywhere, just as important. But what I love, Susanna, is how the underlying system for all of this is the lymphatic system.
Yeah.
Right? The underlying system, if you want to reach whatever is going on with you, clean out the junk, get that lymphatic system moving, and it's easy to do. Everybody can do it. So start by doing that. Breathe, take 5 minutes. And I love just having 5 minutes for yourself in the morning to do that visualization. You know, some people journal as well, like that's beautiful too. But just how important it is to rest your body, and that it's okay. You don't have to listen to your physio if they tell you to stretch. Just do your gloves. Is super cool. I love that as well. And you know, get your kids involved. Get your family involved with this movement, because that's how we're going to change. So
I just want to add that one thing,
yeah.
just revisiting what I just said a bit earlier. Everything in the body heals because the body is designed to repair, mend. So having faith in your own bodies, and everything can heal if you give it a favorable environment to heal.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Lots of positive comments saying thank you on Facebook. Chelsey, do I have Melbourne recommendations? So we have Shepparton. So Wendy is in Shepparton. She does all of the lymphatics exactly like I do. So at the moment, otherwise jump into BooB CamP and put in there where you are in Melbourne. I know there is Ange is in Melbourne, as well as there's Nikki, there's quite a few ladies who are in Melbourne. So just jump into BooB CamP and say, hey, this is where I live. Who does the Chelsey Jean method near me? And then they will let you know. Okay. I'm teaching my kids. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So thank you everybody for joining in our 3 nights of BooB CamP. I absolutely love doing it. I feel like a superstar. So thank you. I've loved listening to all the positive feedback come into clinic as well as online. And just if you're new here and this is a lot of information for you to take in, please rewatch. Please go back and rewatch and have a listen again. Please share with your family and friends. Okay, please, if you can, all invite 3 people into BooB CamP and they can listen to this. We will hit our 5 million target by end of next year for people to know about lymphatics, to know that they can empower themselves and they can make a difference. Always here for you guys. So please reach out if we can help anymore. So signing off from me and Sujana and Nishana, thank you, my lovely girls. Big love to you, and I will come and give you a big hug soon. Yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining.